Hey y'all, so thank you guys for tuning into this video. I know y'all clicked on this video because y'all want to see how I enjoy or hate the Juvia's foundation, if they are canceled, what I think about all of the drama surrounding the owner of the brand. But I'll let you guys know all of that throughout the video as I apply the foundation. I'm also going to give the foundation a fair chance and let you guys know if I like it, don't like it, and things like that, and if all the drama surrounding the brand totally did not influence me for wanting to continue to support the brand. But if you're interested in knowing all those things, just keep watching. I purchased 3 different foundation colors. How I ended up finding out that Juvia's place came out with foundation was a few of you guys messaged me and told me if I can try it out, and if I heard that they were coming out with a foundation, which I didn't know. I always find out things extremely late, which is okay. I also found a lot about the drama extremely late, and it was probably because I was pregnant I was pregnant maybe 3 weeks ago. As many of y'all know, if y'all follow my journey, y'all know that I've been posting pictures of the baby. I've posted videos of days leading up to baby, so I probably was very distracted whenever all the drama was going down. But I just recently found out, and I really hate, actually it's a win-win. I'm glad that I didn't review the foundation when I got it in the mail a month ago, and then I'm also glad that I get to do it now, because I'm glad that the things happened the way that it did before I got to review the foundation, because I can let you guys know at the same time my thoughts about the brand and all the negativity. So not that I want to feed on it and talk about it and give it more fuel, because there's enough videos out there. I basically just want to come on here and speak my opinion about the situation, not detail by detail, but just the overall situation, and then still come on here and review these things for everyone that asked me to do this. I'm going to review it for you guys and for myself, because I'm curious to see what it's like. And so far, a lot of the reviews that I've watched, people love the foundation, so I'm giving it a fair shot, and I want to see if I'm gonna love it. I really don't care for full coverage foundations. Most of y'all know that already, but I have a way of fixing how to prevent me from looking cakey. So let's get on with the swatches. I have 3 foundations. I have Gabon 300, Birkina 310, and Punta Cana 435. Gabon and Birkina are the 2 that I thought would have been my shade back whenever I first purchased the foundation, because I looked at reviews for people who tried all 3 of these shades. Punta Cana I thought would be too light, which ended up being my shade eventually. So Punta Cana ended up being my shade, and I'll show you guys that. It looks light going on at first, but then it trickles down to looking like my shade. This is Gabon that I'm gonna try on. This is the color that I thought would have been my shade, because it said there was a neutral undertone. So I really was hoping that this would have been my shade. I can actually get away with mixing this color with Punta Cana if it is in fact too light, but I'll show you guys that. This color right here is Birkina. This is the other color that I thought would have been my complexion shade. And I'm trying to space it out for y'all so y'all can see what it looks like. Because sometimes you have to spread it out to get the full effect of how it's going to look whenever it dries. So this actually can be my summer shade if I wanted it to. And I also can use this like as around the perimeter on my face. I really think I can go in with Birkina, just a little bit dabs all over my face, and it'll work for me. And then when I go in with my highlight and contour, it'll all pan out. But not all the time do I want a foundation like that. Sometimes I just want a foundation that I can just throw on and walk out the door without doing any extra work. So, and then this is Punta Cana. As y'all can see, it looks very light. And don't compare it to around my mouth. I have a around my mouth area is dark, and so I don't like to compare foundations around that area. But basically this is Punta Cana. Blend it out basically. I can go in with all of them. I can actually contour with Gabon. Because actually I didn't even get a dark concealer because you know what, I was like, I done spent enough money on this and I don't want to get a dark concealer and I don't even like it. So I was like, let me just get 2 shades close to my skin tone and concealer. The concealers I got number 12 and number 10. So we're gonna do number 10 first. The smaller the number, the darker the colors. Just for those of y'all who don't know that already. So like if it's a number 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll know that those are darker, and if it's a higher number, you'll know that those are lighter. So this is number 10, which I really love this color. And then this one is number 12, which I did go wrong with this one. I wish I would have went maybe to like 13 or 14. But it's okay because I can still make this work with maybe like a I can use it for something. Even if I do somebody else's makeup that that can use the shade, I'll keep that for that. So far I like how creamy the foundation is. The foundation is supposed to be a soft matte full coverage foundation, and because it's matte and because it's full coverage, I'm definitely gonna have to go in with some type of oil and a moisturizing base so that my face doesn't look cakey underneath. And that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna show y'all what I think will work underneath. Because I have other full coverage foundations, I know that this will work because the purpose of me buying this certain product was because I wanted to try it underneath full coverage foundation. So now, using full coverage foundations, you want to go off with a fresh face. Like, by me meaning fresh, I mean shave face. I've been shaving my face for the last, I'm gonna say 3 years actually. For the last 3 years. I saw Carly Bible do a video a while back, and that's where I got it from. Whenever I first started playing around with makeup, I wanted my foundation to go on really smooth. And then I saw recently Jaclyn Hill, Aaliyah J all were coming out saying that they shave their face. And I was like, oh, finally some people are out there doing exactly what I've been doing for a while as well. So I don't feel left out and alone. But it just kind of helps your foundation go on really, really smooth. And I really, really like that. So what I'm going to use on my face is this Teami Glow Oil. It's their rose and cinnamon oil. Y'all, if you do not want your foundation to be dry underneath, whether it's full coverage or a regular coverage sheer foundation, use some type of oil base underneath. I'm just wiping off this mascara, y'all. I forgot I had mascara on, and it just smells so wonderful, wonderful, wonderful going on, and I love it. The next thing I'm gonna for sure put on is my Too Faced Hangover Primer. I love this stuff, especially mixed with this Teami oil. Like, it's like they were made to fuse together. Like, even without foundation, do y'all see this glow? Like, do y'all see this beautiful glow? And this is no artificial lighting. This is straight up and down evening lighting coming through my window in front of me. So this is Punta Cana. Let's go ahead and get this. And I don't want to use a lot because full coverage foundations, sometimes if you use too much, you will definitely not be able to avoid the cakiness of it all. So this was 2 pumps that I'm just kind of blending all out together. So with just a flat top kabuki brush, I'm just going to blend all of this in. This is definitely full coverage. It's taken away a lot of my blemishes that I do have. I know y'all probably will say I don't see anything, but I do have some blemishes that I definitely can see in my skin. It's not covering up my moles too much. And I know if I wanted my moles to be covered up, I would just have to go in with more foundation in those areas. But honestly, I've accepted my moles all over my face a long time ago, so it doesn't bother me. Now, when I was in high school, I probably would have loved to wear full coverage foundation. High school and middle school. because I used to be so self-conscious about my moles on my face. I've actually gained 3 more over the years that I've got older. I would say my beginning college years, about 8 years ago, actually 10 years ago, I noticed I started getting more moles on my face. So I went from 4 to 8. The foundation goes on very smooth. I don't know if it's the oil or if it's the actual foundation going on so smooth, but I really am liking how smooth it's going on. So I'm gonna put just a tad bit more around this area here. As you can see, Punta Cana is basically my skin tone. Now that it's all blended out, it does look just a little off. If I wanted to, I can go in with Birkina. Let me see how Birkina looks. Maybe just dabs of it where you can't even tell. So far the foundation I'm really loving. I always, when I'm doing the first impressions on a foundation, I like to have my chest open so that you guys can see chest to face. So far I'm satisfied with the color combination so far. So let's go in with concealer. So far my Ride or Die concealer is still the Fenty concealer. Like, I wear that every single day that I put on my foundation. So I'm curious to see if I'm gonna like this. I know that this color could be definitely a little lighter. But I made a mistake of not being able to get it, and I cannot return any of these products. That's one thing I want to talk about, is me not being able to return any of these products because I did open it. And I know that kind of sounds selfish or, you know, greedy or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it, but the fact that when I purchased these foundations, I was only able to purchase it online, and so I was playing Russian roulette as far as grabbing my shade, what I thought was my shade, and to find out that you can't return this if you've opened it. That sucks. That's one thing I can say I do not like about this foundation, or the company's doing of not allowing people to return their shade if you got it online. I would suggest trying it on at Ulta if they have it in your area. Ulta does not have it in my area. Trying it on, seeing, you know, like a tester, seeing if you like it, and then returning it if you don't like it, because if it doesn't match, or you can be able to pick out your perfect shade. Don't get it online. Basically, don't purchase this foundation online. I repeat, do not purchase this foundation online. The concealers, I know they don't have it either in a lot of Ulta, so you would have to purchase the concealers. You would have to purchase the concealers as well online, but make sure you know for sure. Read a lot of reviews, do a lot of research before you get it, because once you get it and you open it, that's it. So that's one negative thing about the foundation that I don't care for. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. Concealer is not really thick like I like my concealers to be. It's actually kind of thin, but it is still buttery and smooth, but it's thinner than what I would like my foundation to be, my concealer to be. But for those of you who don't mind it, this could be some really good, you know, concealer. But I personally don't care for concealers that are this thin. So I'm basically just going around my edges of my concealer in this area, but I'm gonna let this area dry a little more because it is so thin. I'm gonna go in with Gabon foundation and use it as my bronzing agent because, like I told y'all, I did not purchase a dark concealer for contouring because I had already spent way too much money on these little bitty foundations, which that's another thing I don't care for about this foundation, is because I have a pretty small hand, and this foundation is basically a little half of my hand. Let me hold it up to a Fenty concealer. Like, look at that. Fenty concealer, y'all know, is fairly small, but look at it compared to this foundation. As far as the height. Now, I'm not saying there's not a lot of foundation in here. It is basically 1 fluid ounce. The Fenty concealer is 0.27 fluid ounces. The Juvia's Place is 0.34 fluid ounce. As far as the concealer. So as you can see, it's basically the same height. Let me hold it up to my Fenty concealer, my Fenty foundation, which is $34. It's basically, you see, and Fenty is 1.08 ounces. So for me, still like $20 for this thing is not worth it for me. Like, if I would have seen these foundations and I didn't have a YouTube channel, but I've seen this foundation in the store and no one asked me to review it, I probably would pass it up, because just from the packaging, I feel like I would have thought it wasn't much foundation in there. Like, yeah, there is a fluid ounce and it's not too much less than Fenty, but to me, I don't know, I just don't care for the packaging either. As a matter of fact, Gabon basically is just giving me a natural tint. I think I'm gonna go in though a little bit with my Fenty concealer just to brighten underneath my eyes a little more, because I want to actually look like I have on concealer. You know what I mean? Like, I want a little bit more brightness here in this area. And so y'all, speaking about the negativity with this brand, I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want this to be feeling like it's a drama channel. If you want to know a lot of the history about what's going on with this company, you can Google it or look it up on YouTube. There's more than enough information than we all need, to be honest. But I just want to talk to you guys about what I feel about it. Honestly, I did not even know, like I told y'all, all of this stuff that was going on with the company. Between them and other influencers of color and influencers that aren't of color, like Jeffree Star. A lot of people are really, like, what put the nail on the coffin was when the brand posted about Jeffree Star. It put an uproar in the black community. Like, a lot of people were upset about that because of Jeffree Star's past, which he's then apologized for, as many of y'all know. He's apologized for, and a lot of people are still not willing to accept the fact that he apologized for it. They're basically like, you know how people say once a cheater, always a cheater? Basically, everybody's like, once a racist, always a racist. So me, I don't have a problem with Jeffree Star. If he was still a racist, then yeah, I would have a problem with him. But honestly, I don't know if he still is. I don't know if anybody still is. I don't know if, you know, a lot of people that I like that aren't of color still is a racist. And there also can be racist people that are of color. So I don't know, because I don't know him personally. I don't know anybody personally, but I do believe in the power of forgiveness. And I know that he has apologized a while ago for his actions in the past. And so if you're fine with people apologizing and you can live with that and know that somebody apologized for what they've done in the past to maybe hurt you or hurt your race or anything like that, then give them a chance. You know what I mean? Like, move on, give them a chance, and don't, you know, talk more about it. But if you can't get past that, then I understand. Don't support the brand. And if it's a lot of things that you just can't get past as far as with the brand concerned and what all they talked about other people and just whole negativity, then don't support the brand. I'm not the kind of person that follows along if somebody tells me don't support someone because something affected them personally. I'm not the kind of person to be like, okay, yes sir, I'm gonna not do it too. You know, like, I like to follow my own path and be my own person. And like I said, I'm a Christian and I believe in forgiveness. But I'm not a person that likes to, as well, you know, just kind of like give in to all that negative stuff, like say, oh, because this person did this, I'm not gonna do this either. Like, because this person is having a problem with this person, kind of like, oh, since you're not friends with my friend, I'm not gonna be your friend either. You know what I mean? Like, things like that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making any sense. Not saying that I'm finna be on here supporting Juvia's Place all over the internet and, you know, rooting for them, and basically I'm just saying, like, I never had a problem with them, and I'm gonna let them handle whatever they have to handle between them and God and whoever else they affected. But I'm not gonna lie, what they did is kind of wrong as far as like women of color not really reaching out to help them whenever they, you know, basically helped the brand out when they were basically a nobody. You know what I mean? Like, I can't get past that part of why they would do that. But then again, I don't know the truth behind that situation, and I'm not gonna sit here on my channel and defend something that I don't even know what the heck is going on. I just know that it's drama. He say, she say, everybody's upset and mad at each other, and it just sucks that a good foundation is in between the middle of it all. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to shortchange the people who asked me to review this foundation and not review it because people like Patrick Starr and whoever else, you know, on YouTube that have big platforms, small platforms, says don't support, you know, whatever. If I feel like it was a genuine apology and I want to run with it and move on from it, then it's just going to be me, you know. I'm not the kind of person that hold grudges even though somebody's apologized more than 1,000 times to their blue in the face. But I do believe in the fact that somebody can apologize all day long, but watch their actions. Their actions will show you better than they can tell you. So that's what I do believe in as well. So enough about all of that. Let me go ahead and finish my face off camera and come back on and let you guys know more about my thoughts as far as the actual foundation, the coverage, everything, and how I'm liking it and if I don't like it. So yeah. I'm actually using artificial light. I have my ring light in front of me and my umbrella lights on the side. So this is what the foundation and everything looks like with artificial light. I saw the lighting before I shut the blinds, and now this is the lighting now. So I wanted to just show y'all, come back on here and tell you guys what I think about foundation. Overall, I really like the foundation. Like, I am really loving how it looks. I love the feel of it. It feels so comfortable. Honestly, I know I didn't put on a lot, but it does feel lightweight. So I can say that. I really love how the foundation just goes on very smooth, and once again, I'm not sure if that's because I used this Teami oil glow, so I'm not sure. I will try the foundation again off camera and just kind of see if it glides on like that on its own. But I really love how the foundation looks. I did, after I told you guys I'm gonna come back on and tell you guys my thoughts, I went away for like 4 hours to just cook and do some things like that. It's still holding up good compared to all the heat that was hitting my face while I was cooking. So I can say that it definitely held up pretty good. So let me know in the comments down below what y'all think. If y'all think that you are going to cancel Juvia's Place. If you've already tried the foundation, let me know your thoughts and your comments down below. I want to rate the overall foundation a 5, and I'm rating it a 5 not because the foundation is bad, but because you can't get a refund if you purchase online and open it up in shade match. You can't get the concealers in Ulta. You can only get the concealers online, and you can only get the foundations in Ulta or online. But basically I'm rating it a 5 because of the overall I'm rating it a 5 because of the overall the packaging. I don't like how it's $20. I think it should be worth maybe $15 to $18 if you ask me. And then also I don't like how long it took me to get my package as well. So yeah, so all of that goes into play with me rating this foundation. So I am not going to say I cancel the brand, because honestly I don't even purchase a lot of stuff from Juvia's Place. I am going to let Juvia's Place handle whatever business they have to handle with the people that they affected on their own. Like I know some of the things that I don't agree with them with. It's not going to affect my everyday lifestyle. I'm not going to like go out of my way to like bash the company or anything like that. This video is not sponsored. Even if it was, I would tell my truth. But honestly, I don't yeah, I can say that I'm not going to do anything more with Juvia's Place that I haven't done before, because honestly the last time I purchased from them was 2 years ago when I purchased 2 eyeshadow palettes, and honestly I haven't purchased anything since then, since the concealer. So I'm not going to be jumping around trying to see what they have next in store. I'm not going to be going back and getting any second foundations just because I don't feel the need to do that. But yeah, so am I canceling Juvia's Place? I'm not officially canceling them. I'm just not, they just don't excite me. Basically, like, the company never excited me in the first place. So yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and say that. I hope I didn't offend anybody by what I said at all. I hope I'm not offending anybody by still doing this review, but I just wanted to come in here and do this review for you guys and for myself to see what the foundation was all about. And until next time, I love y'all, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.